Good morning, and welcome to Beautiful Mind today. I'm Roland Attenborough, and thank you for having me as your guest today. Today we're going to be speaking about Bitcoin, and we're going to be talking about our tops. I had a terrific question from a viewer, and his question was looking at triple tops, old market tops, and what Mr. Gann did state about these things. Right now, we are experiencing a set of triple tops. Our first being here, our second being here, and our third being here. Let's go ahead and let's talk about triple tops and triple bottoms. We haven't seen the evidence of our third and triple bottom. Is that going to be into June? Let's go take a look at what Mr. Gann says. This book is How to Make Profits in Commodities, page 42. And this is a very important book that William Gann wrote, and it is full of amazing information that is relevant every single day. Triple tops and bottoms are the most important. By going over past records, you will find that the greatest advances and declines are those that last the longest. Start from triple tops or triple bottoms. Triple bottoms occur several weeks apart and are more important than several days apart. Triple tops occurring several months apart are more important than several weeks apart. And the most important campaigns start when triple tops or bottoms occur several years apart. So in stating that, he's saying that these tops that we are in fact experiencing right now are some of the most important from where we can experience a campaign. Sorry, I'm just going to get the sun off of the books. As we've been discussing now, we've been looking for the strength to return, and I've been postulating with you that it is possible that we may in fact see a rejection from this. And if that were to happen, this would show up very soon underneath this 73,000, and we would be breaking below this 1 times 2 angle here. And we would be moving back down on a 45-degree angle to an old 1 times 2 bottom, which crosses our current swing low. So this is our second bottom right here. So let's take a look at, double tops and double bottoms. So from this double bottom, it states here, double tops and bottoms. A double top is when the price advances to a high level, then reacts, and the advances again to the same level a second time. These double tops are more important if they occur weeks, months, or years apart. The more time between the top and bottoms, the more important it is. So, in looking at this now, he's stating that these double bottoms, being several weeks apart, are more important than several days. So that being said, we're 2 months therein. This looks like an area that's likely to hold, and showing that this area has been tested by some very strong moves. This is a 20% move back in 1 day. We were discussing this in previous tutorials. The last one was 12 days. And previous to that, our pattern or sequence has been 62 days. And we have seen the evidence of that occur yet again. We could also go ahead and count from our top here, 62 days. And likely it would find something, right? We've got a top, not to a bottom. That's pretty significant. And again, when we talked about our counts here, you know, we said 62, right? And it came right in this area here. That's pretty significant, you know. This top and this secondary top here comes up on these counts here. So just kind of taking a look at that, you know. From there, we are expecting the market to get above, and we have a 62-day count here that would run out and approximately subside late in July, where we are expecting a bottom to reoccur. However, we first need to get over our June bottom here. We first have to establish that we are in fact not going to violate this area here. So what would that look like in percentage? Well, to not violate this area a month later would have to stay above the 10% level. A 20% pullback would bring us back right to our old bottoms. And a 23% equal to this move from this top here would be our old bottom at 55. If we were to sit on this level here, this would be a very strong level again from which we could see a major advance. And this would be a triple bottom. And we've already talked about our triple bottoms and our triple tops in this. Seeing that may occur, we're watching very closely for the resumption of the strength to return and a break above our all-time high. We're not buying any more Bitcoin until it jumps above our old top and sits on it. This is the safest place to buy Bitcoin. Do not start buying in and around these areas thinking that, hey, you know, it's going to go to the moon. Well, it could go to the moon, but we could first suffer a rejection down into this June and into this July before, and we could come down certainly into this area. For sure, we could square out this period right here. And then wherever we get rejected here, we would have another 45-degree angle move on to that. And where would that subside? Well, if we were to make a top around this period, which we've been postulating, that we would have a swing top, and every time the moon has come around, and I've been pointing this out, every time it hits Aries and Taurus, I sound like a broken record, we have what's called swing tops. And these reoccur, right, every 28 days. And here we are, we're back around this whole area. Thankfully, we're above this area, indicating there is some strength. However, we're still not out of the woods yet, guys. Like, not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. We have to get above this all-time high, represented by this red line here. This is our square of 9 numbers. We need to get on top of this and sit on this. We have to sit on this. Somewhere we have to sit on it. We can sit below, sure. We can even get above, get rejected, and come down and sit right here. as long as we don't break this area here, we're in really good standings. And if that was to occur, we would get a very, very, very large move up. So that could occur here. We can certainly get a rejection from here, or we could get a rejection from here. We have a couple of crossings here. This is the next move up on the square of 9. It's 77. I showed you that from 73. Both of these, all these red lines are a 45-degree angle on our square, our natural square. So these are areas where we could likely see some vibration. Why did I not put all these red lines underneath here? Well, it starts to get really busy, and I do get the odd comment that, holy crap, there's way too many lines. How the heck can you see anything? And I agree. From time to time, I do overpopulate my my charts, and it sometimes does get a little difficult to see what's going on because too many lines, right? Too confusing. So we try to keep it simple, and that's the idea behind using two angles, the 45 and the 22-degree angle. So using these, we are able to find the changes in trend, or where we could expect a top or a bottom. And looking at the square of 9, 64 is on a 45-degree angle, and so is 60. 60 is sitting on a 60 and 61 sits on a 45-degree angle. So we can see very easily that these areas are vibrating. And 58, 58's the next one right there, that we have another square, and then down to, again, right, we move down, and then 53 is our next square. Okay, so looking at that, we have our levels. We know that we're vibrating inside of these. Staying above this 1 times 2 angle is indicative of strength. Breaking below this, or breaking this gravity center, because we have a new gravity center right here, and we have one right here. So this is telling us the asset, as we've discussed, wants to sit around this area. It's seeking its gravity center. All this whole area is a gravity center. So staying above this is a really good sign of strength. Breaking down below these lows or these swing bottoms would indicate a move back. And we've been talking about those. What would it mean for a move back? Well, we've been talking about this move back here. We could move right down and sit right on our, that's right, gravity center, 65. And if that were not to hold, we would be moving down and sitting here before making another move up. So looking at that, let's try not to get over emotional about the fact that this is starting to show some strength. We're not out of the woods yet. We have our 55-day count, which we still need to overcome as well on our square. Let's do that right now. Let's go take a look at that. There's 55 right there, 56, 57, and 58. So this third week of June, we could see a lot of volatility. So that's our next count that we're waiting to see whether or not we're going to get some action. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to be doing some more tutorials. I'm trying to do one every day. and keep on top of things. I get sometimes really busy. I do a lot of things. I'm coding, I'm constantly making forecasts, answering questions, and of course continuing researching and whatnot. So hit me up in the comments, and we'll talk to you soon. And thank you again for having me as a guest.